Where's Boruto living? This has been the question that's been plaguing me since 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 1. Where did Boruto go after Sasuke got eaten by a tree? If he's really living in the trees, how the hell is he looking so fresh? And honestly, the even bigger question, how did Boruto know that Code was going after Sarada? I'm going to answer all of those questions and more in today's episode of the Boruto stream. But first, if you liked the video, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Alright, let's get into it. Ever since Chapter 1 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, we've been seeing Boruto in a myriad of locations, including Konoha, the Ten Tails Dimension, the Sasuke tree, and a building somewhere 50 miles outside of Konoha. So where the hell is this dude sleeping at night? I'm gonna break down the top places that I think Boruto is living, or at the very least sleeping, and if you guys agree or disagree, get in the comments and let me know what you think. Let's start at number 1. The most popular location that people think Boruto is staying at is Mount Myoboku. The general belief is that Kashin Koji, being a toad sage, is living up there, and that Boruto is using Flying Raijin to travel between there and back whenever it's bedtime. And that's a great theory, but here's why I don't think it's Mount Myoboku. First of all, there's no evidence besides Kashin Koji being a toad sage that he's ever been to Mount Myoboku. In fact, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that he's never been. Namely, that the Elder Toad or Gamakichi or Gamabunta would tell Naruto that a new guy showed up that looks exactly like Jiraiya Boy. Let's not forget that at least some, if not all, of Kashin Koji's toads are artificial scientific ninja tools that perform various scientific functions, including audio and video transmission. In fact, we see one of the toads get shrunk by Ishiki in the battle between Koji and Ishiki. That doesn't sound like Mount Myoboku toads to me. So when we see one of Kashin Koji's toads on Boruto at the end of Chapter 3 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, and then Koji himself at the end of Chapter 4, I do think it clearly means that they've teamed up, and it's a good sign that they're hiding out together. But I don't think it's a sign that they're staying at Mount Myoboku. So then where are they staying? Another guess that would make sense is Orochimaru's hideout in the Hidden Sound Village. But this one is easy to debunk. While Orochimaru is of course loyal to Sasuke, he wouldn't readily house someone who's supposed to have killed Naruto, especially when Sasuke himself can't justify his actions apart from Sarada asking him to. Not to mention that if Mitsuki had ever gotten word in the past 3 years that Boruto or Sasuke were hiding out at his home, he would pretty obviously ring the alarm. Plus, we already have our answers regarding whether or not Boruto and Sasuke were hiding out anywhere established. During the flashback sequence in Chapter 5, Boruto and Sasuke look a little unkempt, with Boruto's hair grown out and sweat beads drawn on his character. But his cloak, jacket, and sword all look newer and clean, and they all look like Sasuke stuff. Then in the chapters, in the most up-to-date period, he looks well-kempt. He's got a haircut. Honestly, his hair looks fresh as hell. And even his clothes underneath are new. I don't think that this is by accident. I think it's Kishimoto trying to tell us that Boruto is living elsewhere and that he's living decently. Okay, but then where is he staying now? I think he's currently staying at one or more of the Uchiha hideouts in the Land of Fire, from where he can keep close tabs on Konoha and Sarada, while avoiding getting picked up by Kawaki. When he was with Sasuke, they were legitimately on the run because Boruto was weaker at that point and he didn't know Flying Raijin yet. But now that Boruto knows the Flying Raijin, he's able to stay relatively close to Konoha without getting trapped, and also while being able to escape quickly and easily. That's why Boruto told Mitsuki to come find him at the end of Chapter 7, because Boruto will be legitimately close by in one of the Uchiha hideouts in the Land of Fire. Okay, if Sasuke didn't teach Boruto Flying Raijin, then who did? The answer to that is that either Boruto taught himself with the scrolls Kashin Koji stole from Konoha, or Koji taught Boruto himself. And frankly, I don't think it's likely that it's anyone else. Koji is a clone of Jiraiya and already seems to have an innate knowledge of all of the jutsus that Jiraiya learned, and then some. In fact, he's better at wielding Senjutsu chakra than Jiraiya was. Okay, but how does that have anything to do with the Flying Raijin? Well, Jiraiya was Minato's sensei, and we saw that Jiraiya had no qualms learning jutsus from his #1 disciple. He learned the Rasengan, a jutsu that Minato literally made up. So isn't it safe to say that a guy who is literally a world traveler that bounced around from city to city, country to country on undercover missions might find it useful to learn the Flying Raijin? I'm not saying that Jiraiya was good enough to start spamming the jutsu left and right. We've only seen 2 or 3 people in the history of the story be able to spam Flying Raijin, and those people are Minato and Boruto. Even Tobirama used it primarily as a transportation jutsu and for one-off quick attacks, but he probably had the chakra to spam the hell out of the attack. He probably just didn't that much. So why does Kashin Koji teaching Boruto the Flying Raijin matter? Well, it matters because it explains why Kashin Koji knew Boruto was briefly ditching the playbook to try to stop Code. We know they haven't been working together and that they plan to fight against the Shinju Divine Trees. However, what we don't know is what role Kashin Koji is playing in all of this, and how Boruto knew that Code would be in Konoha attacking Sarada. For that, I think the answer lies with Momoshiki's Byakugan. Boruto saw at least one vision from Momoshiki's Byakugan's future sight, which probably showed him the Shinju causing the destruction of the world, but may have also shown him Code attacking Sarada. So from then on, Boruto's kept a close eye on Konoha using Momoshiki's Byakugan, or some well-placed video toads, which is kind of creepy, or the Jogan, so that he can teleport in and out and save the day whenever the moment arises. It's important to note that Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki at this point, and he can fly and go into outer space without any concern for his safety. If the Jogan is really in the picture, and even if it's not, it's 100% feasible to believe that Boruto is just sitting on the moon, staring down at Konoha, waiting for the right moment. I just don't think that this is a particularly plot-furthering solution, and certainly isn't one that gives Mitsuki access to come find him. But what do you think? Is Boruto hiding somewhere else? Do you think it's one of the places that I mentioned? Who do you think taught Boruto the Flying Raijin? Definitely get in the comments and let me know what you think. And please, if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to my channel. Alright, thanks. Toodles.